Not only is there Git, which is available locally on your computer, but there's also something called GitHub. GitHub is a free hosting service for your code that builds on top of and utilizes Git. Not only does this give you the option to back up the code you're writing on your machine, but because it's on the internet, you can then share and collaborate with others that much more easily. GitHub is a site used by many major companies worldwide. So with GitHub, you want to sign up for an account, right? But you want to make sure that you use a professional name. This is like your email address. It's something that you want to show to employers that they'll use to contact you. So use something professional. Personally, mine's just the first letter of my first name and my last name. Something simple and easy to remember as well. But when you get to the GitHub page, what you want to do is go over to right here to the sign up. You're going to sign up for GitHub, and it's going to sort of give you a prompt, and then you'll enter your email and fill out all the forms, and soon you'll have your own GitHub account. Once you sign up for GitHub, take a look around and see what you have to work with. There'll be a bunch of different tabs like repositories, projects. You'll have a profile that you can customize. We'll really dig into this a bit later, but it's good now to at least have our GitHub account so that we can start by creating repositories and linking our local repositories to remote repositories. So let's do that first. In order to link a local repository, so a repository or folder on your computer, a Git folder on your computer, with one on your GitHub account, you're going to go to your GitHub accounts, and in the repositories folder, you're going to click on the right where it says new. You're going to make a new repository. So you'll create a new repository, and you're going to select an owner. It's going to be you. You're going to name the repository. Let's call it Git files, just like the folder on our computer. And you're going to make it public. You don't need to do any of these other things, and then you're just going to create a repository. Awesome. We've created the repository. So once you've created the repository, there are a couple of different ways you can do this. You can connect it via GitHub Desktop, which is something that you can download and set up separately. Personally, what I like to do is push an existing repository from the command line. So I'll copy this set of code with this really handy little copy button on the right side. I'll copy that, and I'll go back over to my code, and I'll paste it in there, and I'll just hit enter. And fingers crossed, it'll just push it to main. Awesome. So now it's done it. It's like basically when you don't get an error on Git, that means you've done something correctly. So let's go back to our account. And let's refresh the page and we'll see what we get here. Awesome. So you can see that we have our added HTML and CSS, which was our last commit. And if we go into Git files, there's our app.js with our first commit message, which was added JavaScript. So you can already see how useful these commit messages can be for the human. For the computer, they just really care about the hash. But for the human, you can see added JavaScript was part of that first commit. And then added HTML and CSS was part of that second commit. Awesome. So we have our files, we have our folders here. Let's move on to start working with HTML.